Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dallas Live, and I am your host, Dr. RC, and the number to call is 469-307-1642. Our featured guest is James Goi. He has written the best-selling book, How to Attract Money Using Mind Power. This book is available at Amazon.com and also various other bookstores. James, welcome back to our third segment. Let me
Thank
go
you.
back and talk about a couple of things you talked about. Well, I never bought any lottery, but something else that you said, that when you are receptive to funds, money, it will come to you, and that has happened to be many, many times over the years. When I was looking for them, and it just came by. I started my business many years ago with $5,000, and it became a multi-million dollar business over the years. But yes, I totally agree. When you have the mindset and the receptiveness to to find the money, it will come, and that I have seen many times. Now, coming back to this, we talked about the think and feel as if, speak as if, and act as if. Well, can we go over these?
Okay. Yeah, which one will you want me to start with?
Well, I think they are all three of them are somewhat similar, right? Think and feel as if you have reached your goal, which is, if your goal is to become a billionaire, then you need to you are already there. That also brings up another point. The realistic means, if I say that I want to become a billionaire, then that means it is realistic from my relativistic point of view, right? I mean, billionaire, 100 million, you are telling me that you should think very high numbers, reach for the moon. Is that correct?
Well, if that is what the person actually wants. See, for some people, just to make, say, $75,000 a year, they would feel that they're rich, or if they had $5 million. So it's all relative to what the person can believe and conceive. And then there are examples of people such as Oprah Winfrey, who started with nothing in life at all, everything against her, and she became a billionaire. People would have told the little 6-year-old Oprah, if she would have said, I want to be a billionaire, they would have said, there's no way that's ever going to happen. You should lower your expectations. But so some people want just thousands of dollars. Some people would feel rich if they had tens of thousands in the bank or hundreds of thousands. For other people, it's in the low millions. For other people, they want 10 million, 50 million, however much they would want. And there's something about thinking big. Donald Trump, he said, you're going to be thinking anyway, so you might as well think big. And there's a lot of truth in that statement, because the level of our thinking sets the bar and the level of what's possible for us. And so if we raise our expectations and what we want, then we can raise what's possible. But I also tell people, you don't have to have $100 million to be happy. I mean, maybe you don't want that much money. Maybe you want a nice house paid off and a few $1 million in the bank and six-figure permanent income coming in, and that's all you need. And now you can, putter around the house, play golf, or whatever you want to do. So it's relative. Other people, they have $100 million, and they can lose more money in a day with a shift in one of the markets than other people can earn in a lifetime. So again, it's all relative. But certainly I encourage people to think as big as is comfortable for them. And when they use these principles and when they start having success at whatever level they're going for, they will become more empowered and their belief will grow. And they naturally, most people will just raise their sights even higher, because money is a very useful tool. The more you have, the more you can do, the more that's available to you, and the more people you can help and organizations you can help if that's what you would like to do. So I tell people, people say, well, isn't there a point where it's too much? And I say, no, not for a good person who's going to do good with it. There's a lot of people that aren't good, and they're not doing good with their money, and they can have millions upon millions. Why can't the good people have it too? Only if they want it, and that's what they want to do. And certainly it's their right to strive for that.
Okay, very good. So what you are saying is you should not set your goal too low, and higher the better, like what Oprah Winfrey said or Donald Trump said. Well, let us get back to the same, act as if. that we talked about, right? I mean, act as if meaning what? You are going to act in your mental frame, or is it same as visualization? You are going to visualize the end results.
Well, actually, visualization is another chapter, and it's a different technique. But acting as if, what I'm actually referring to there is in your daily activities. In other words, if a rich uncle left you a lot of money, or let's say you had a rich uncle and he was a multimillionaire and you're his only heir, so you know that you are going to inherit his money. I mean, you expect it, and he's even told you that the papers have all been drawn up. You're his sole heir, and all of this. You will, to a certain degree, act as if you know that's going to happen because you've actually been told. In other words, you'll be thinking about what you're going to do when he passes over. Now that you're going to have all of this money, what I encourage people to do is to act as if they either have the money they're trying to get or will have it, but start now. See, some people have money, but they're very tight and scared with it. They can't spend it. So, but if you actually are creating having more, and you're creating the belief that you always have enough and that it always comes to you in divine time and divine order, then you will feel more free to buy yourself that sweater you've been wanting, or to take yourself out and treat yourself to a nice dinner, or take a friend out to dinner, when usually you wouldn't spend that money, because the only reason people don't spend money a little more freely is because they're afraid that they might need that money at some time in the future and then they won't have it. And in the process of thinking that, that's what they're creating. So when I say act as if, you either have the money or you will have the money that it is you're trying to create, whatever level that is. In other words, if you are planning on having enough money to buy yourself a home, and you really expect that you're going to have the money, let's say you want a six-bedroom house in a certain part of town or something, then the person who's acting as if will actually price those homes. They'll actually look on the internet and see what homes are going for, see what's available. Maybe they'll go out and look at a couple, even though they don't have the money now, and even though they don't know where the money's going to come from, they are acting as if they definitely are going to have it. Because if we're not acting as if we really believe that we're going to have what we're trying to create, then we don't really believe it. Because we always act as if, in the sense that we always tend to act in line with our core beliefs.
Correct.
And if we're
Yes.
not raising our sights a little bit and looking around at what we'll do when we have more, then we don't really believe we're going to have more. So, and that's just one example of acting as if.
Okay. See, I have some personal experience. When I was going to buy some high ticket items, I was tight and scared. My intuition was telling me that is a good buy, but my fear were not allowing me to go with the deal. And that was my problem. We have just about to complete our third segment. We are going to talk in the next segment some of the items that I would like to ask questions about. That will be the right livelihood, self-image, personal energy, and radiate financial increase. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Dallas Live, and I am your host, Dr. RC. The number to call is 469 307 1642 1642, and we will be right back.